So I've played Evolve Stage 2 beta. It is beta. Honestly, it's definitely a beta. It's not like the game's been out for years and they suddenly made it free to play and took away 90% of the content and now labelling it a beta, even though it's just exactly the same it was before. No, Evolve is definitely in beta now. And I have to say that in a way I am pleasantly surprised, because Evolve hasn't got any worse than it was when I first played it. Now, when I first played it, it was when it was first released, and it was alright. It wasn't particularly exciting. I didn't think it was the best game ever. I didn't think it was the best looking game or the best sounding game. I thought it was alright. It was alright. So when I saw that there was a Evolve Stage 2 in beta, no less, I thought, good lord. Well, they've gone free to play because the player population absolutely collapsed pretty much the instant it launched, largely because people didn't know what the hell was going on. They had DLC before anything from the game had even been shown, which is mental. You can't do that. And there was so many pre-order bonus, not bonus things from different shops that were not the same as the other shops, so you got a different pre-order bonus thing. It was unbelievably complex and incredibly stupid, and they've even acknowledged that the pre-order thing and the DLC thing were incredibly convoluted and incredibly stupid, and it put people off, which it did. You have to ask yourself though, that aside, a game that is really good, a game that captures the imagination, a game that people play and think, oh my god, I must tell people about this. Surely, all the screwed up DLC practices in the world wouldn't be able to stop it from getting some sort of momentum, some sort of following, some sort of fan base, some kind of publicity. Which is why it's surprising that they sort of came back and said, okay, Evolve is now free to play. It's gone into Stage 2. It's because the monsters in Evolve, they evolve, as the name suggests, from Stage 1 to Stage 2 to Stage 3. It's very clever, very nice and touchy over there. And they came back and they're like, free to play. Knock yourselves out. It's in beta now. It's in beta. We're testing. We're testing all this stuff that we already had. Oh, and by the way, if you bought the game, actually bought it, then here's 3,000 silver keys, which will buy you approximately nothing. Enjoy. They also took away, like, what was it, like 15 of the 19 maps or something? Something absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. But I thought to myself, maybe they have addressed the things that made me feel that Evolve was just okay. Because, I mean, here's the thing, right? It just wasn't exciting for me. It wasn't exciting. And I was like, maybe they've made it exciting. Maybe that's what they've done. Maybe the graphics have been updated, so it looks brilliant. Maybe the characters have been updated so that they really stand out, you know, so that they're proper kind of, oh my god, I know exactly who that guy is the second I see him. Maybe they've updated the monsters so that they don't just look like they ripped them out of Pacific Rim, which they really did look like they'd just been ripped out of Pacific Rim. The beta was the prime time to do all this stuff. It was the prime time to change everything, to go, look guys, we have listened to you. We've decided to make this game different. We've decided to improve it. We've changed this, we've changed that, we've done all this stuff. Look at our new creation under an old name. Well, they didn't do that. Didn't do any of that at all. Evolve Stage 2 beta it still remains the most okay game I've ever played in my entire life. It's almost staggering in its sheer blandness and just uninspiring, dull demeanour. It's like the vanilla ice cream of games. Yeah, it tastes alright, but when you've got so much choice as to what to get, you're not probably going to go for vanilla. It's like the missionary position of games, Evolve. Everything about it is just okay. It's just alright. It's pretty standard. It looks alright. It looks very generic. It's very brown, very grey. It doesn't look bad, but I don't look at it and immediately go, that's Evolve. Instead I'm like, that is a modern first-person shooter. Because that's what it looks like. Mildly sci-fi first-person shooter, made in maybe the last 2 years, which is exactly what it is. But it shouldn't just look like that. It shouldn't be generic. You shouldn't look at something and go, that is generic shooter. You should know what that game is. But Evolve, it looks okay. The characters. The design is, I mean, it's okay. It kind of gives me a little bit of an Unreal Tournament vibe in a way, but that's all it is. It's just okay. It's like generic future shooter Soldier Man number 82. Oh look, it's a dude with a lightning gun. Okay, great. Oh, it's a robot thing that looks sort of like Blitzcrank. Okay, brilliant. None of it is exciting. It doesn't look exciting. The characters are not exciting. They're so bland. They're just so... They're like non-characters. The monsters. Now, the monsters, as much as you can see them whilst they're charging all over the map and beating the shit out of you or running away, again, I don't know how they've done this. How do you do this? How is it possible to make a game that is just okay? The monsters all look... They look okay, but they just look like generic monsters. How have they done that? I mean, to make a monster, you could do anything, but no. You've got like a floaty tentacle one. You've got like a big sort of just normal bipedal one. You've got like a weird guy on like stick legs. It's just so dull. It's so dull. It's okay, but it's so dull. The maps, they're okay. They're all the fucking same. It's just they look slightly different. But by necessity, they have to all be the goddamn same. But, you know, they're okay. The sound design, yeah, sounds alright. But that's all it is. It is absolutely the most okay game I have ever played, Evolve. There's no other way to describe it. It's not bad. It's not a bad game. It's not good. It's not really... It's not a good game. But it's okay. You want to know why games fail? Why games succeed? You can have a terrible game that does really well because news spreads about how terrible it is, and people are like, I've got to see how bad this is for myself. They get the game, they play it like, oh my god, that really was terrible. What the fuck? Then you get really good games. You know, people play it, they go to someone and they go, this is the most amazing game I've ever played. And then they go and play it. And then it just spreads. Bad and good games are massively popular, pretty much every time. There's a weird middle ground though, and Evolve sits squarely in that middle ground, where if someone said to me, have you played Evolve? I would literally go, yeah, it's okay. That's it. There's nothing more to say about it. There's nothing more to say. The graphics are okay, the characters are okay, the sound's okay, the maps are okay, and it looks okay, and the monsters are, you know, they're okay, their abilities are okay. It's just okay. How do you do that? How do you make a game that isn't good or bad? How the fuck is that possible? How do you make... It's just bland. It's bland in video game form, and it is staggering that now that they've done this bloody Stage 2 beta, it's still bland. They've had years to work out how to make it not bland. It's still bland. It's still... Alright. God damn. I mean, you may as well try it, right? You may as well try Evolve. You can download it for free. You may as well do it. But don't expect anything. Don't expect it to be bad. Don't expect it to be good. Expect to play it, finish the match and go, yeah, that was alright. And then never play it again. Because that sums up the Evolve experience. Play it once, put it down, think to yourself, yeah, and then go and do something else. Evolve Stage 2 beta. That is the most thorough review you could possibly give the damn thing. Because it just perfectly encapsulates just how neutral the game is. Unbelievable. I've been Kirioth. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Okay?